We got Fixum.
The
We got,
great Fernando.
We got you know what? I'm gonna purposely mess up his name. We got a Croatian troll. Where is he at? Up, he's there. Yep, there's a Croatian troll. I already admitted you. I admitted you.
Oh, it just started raining.
Oh, poor you.
Lovely.
And I'm trying to think who this person is. So let me see who that person is. Oh, we have a full house. Oh, Ricky Tanner. Dude, your name's under Tanya. I'm like, who the hell is Tanya? And you have to unmute your mic, Tanya. Ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, I give you our 3D sculptors and designers panel.
Hello.
The very first panel to kick us off for this event. Thank you, each and every one of you who has joined us. I know it's various times. It's either very, very early in the morning for some of you. For other people, it is going towards late night. And for other people, it's the afternoon. But I'd like to thank you guys for, oh God. Yeah, those are not good for the stomach. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us, for helping us out, for raising money for the Hawaiian Community Foundation. Since you guys are loving the torture bit, what are we up to? Where is it?
We're up to 1067 at my last refresh.
Yay.
And
all right.
Yeah, we still have 3 people with their mics muted, 4 people with their mics muted.
Bugman, Fixum, and Synthetic. If you guys want to keep your mics muted until you talk or whatever, that's fine. However you guys want to do it. And why am I looking at what's his shit-eating grin?
Yeah.
It is.
I don't know, dude. I'm just here enjoying and thinking what you're gonna eat next.
Pilk.
And hope you have a bucket nearby.
Yeah, it's a green bucket.
Ah, okay.
See, all of a sudden, if my head disappears, you know what I'm doing.
That works.
Oh my God. You'll be okay. I know this is going to be very disgusting if I happen to get sick and it's green.
No.
That's gonna be awesome, dude.
That would be the best thing ever.
Oh.
You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go get the
Milk.
I was going to say, I think it's time for the other co-host to let Shane take over, but and let these fellas talk amongst themselves.
If you want to, or you
folks,
just give me like
gals,
2
guys.
minutes, let me go grab the stuff and I can mix it while talking to them. So 1 second. And don't blame me, blame the people getting the redeems.
I'm in California, so everyone's a dude.
Hey, dude.
Dude.
See you, dude.
See you, JT. Thanks. We'll talk to you later today.
Yeah, catch you later. Bye.
Yeah, man.
Let's do the jelly beans and let's do
Thank
the
you.
Pepsi milk.
Let's be like the
All
cool
right.
kids. Hi.
Welcome
So-
back, Shane.
Don't worry, Shane. We only heard you the entire time.
That's okay.
Not that any of y'all need introduction, but how about y'all go through and introduce yourselves?
Nope.
No.
No.
All right, we're gonna start. I'll start on my screen because I don't know if it's showing different on.
Yeah.
On
I will
YouTube.
drop out for now as well, just to balance out the screen, and we'll pick back up in a while, or I'll join back in a while.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Just keep an eye on the stream. I might die in the next half an hour.
It's why I'm hanging out to keep you company.
Oh,
Kitty.
I'm so happy. Half milk.
Oh yeah.
So, Fernando, how about if you introduce yourself to the world? And I swear, if you bring up the blasphemy thing, I'll just boot you off of here.
It's far away. Don't worry. I won't bring it out this time. or at least not for now. But I'm Fernando, also known as DSK001_3D on the webs. I am a 3D modeler with making props and all kinds of weird stuff. I don't have a specialty per se.
And he forgot to say that he's super nice.
Yeah, he's actually a very, very he
Likeable
Fernando's the
person.
type of person who would do a lot to help people out. Half the times people don't even have to ask him. He always jumps in and lends a hand when he's here. So I'm very happy you were here to join us. The next person I could actually learn from your generosity and your humility. Rexer, how about you introduce yourself to the world?
Oh my god.
By the way, this is my pick.
You said my nickname properly. Dude,
How many years has he had?
He's
How
improving.
many years has he had?
Nice. My name is Rexer. I'm from Croatia, and I sculpt more or less weird stuff, and that's it. Let's move on to someone else.
Oh, wait. See, I have actually a nice person in chat. All right, so screw you guys. Nui Deveza, $25. Thank you very much. And what did she do? What did she get? How about my friend? Just go to hell. Oh, fucking hell.
You haven't ate anything for a while. It's not that I'm tracking, but
she just killed me with another goddamn hot. She left me a very, very nice message that got to help out my great friend Shane. Enjoy. Hey, awesome. I appreciate it and everything else. I look at it. Yeah, it's a hot one.
oh, just put it in your mouth and you know the rest.
Wash it down with that pilk.
I was about to say the pilk should technically help with the heat.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of things should help, but you know what? It doesn't.
Now,
Okay.
are you
Thank you,
counting that
Nui.
as both pilks or just one?
That's a full no. That's two. That's no. It's a shot. That's like one there, and then I just did the other one.
Okay. Hey, host discretion.
Yeah, host discretion, my ass. If the host had a brain, he would have been like, "Yeah, how about if we let someone else do all these?"
Once I'm done with the 5 that I'm making, I will print
I
the new
knew
one.
he.
I know that struggle.
All right. So we've also had a whole bunch of cards done up. I still have. I got. Things have been a little bit chaotic, and I didn't get all the cards out that I wanted to. But we decided this year around for the panelists to we make up these old trading cards, and so Fixin was cool enough to lend us his graphic skills, and we came up with those cards that some of you have. So this is gonna hurt. So yeah, Fixin was the one who helped us out with that and everything else. So he's the one who did all the graphics work on that. And if you want to introduce yourself, tell us what you do. Because I know what you do. I know the stuff that you specialize in and everything else, but I'll let you tell everyone. Well, I'm gonna suffer and probably mute the mic.
Okay. I'm Mike, better known as Fix'em Dude. Artist, graphic designer, 3D modeler, a little bit of 3D sculpting I'm dabbling in. And yeah, you saw the cards, those were fun. That was Shane's idea. I just like made it happen, but he's the one that came up with all the good stuff. And then I'm best known probably for the kit cards that Joel found on Reddit and printed gigantic, and that kind of launched me into social media. So
I love your kit cards.
Thanks.
Hold on.
Shane's still in pain.
Yeah, Shane's
How
gonna be
many
in pain for a
kit
while.
cards have you made now?
Probably getting close to 10. I have to count. That's just the ballpark off the top of my head. People just love the Star Wars ones.
The snowflake. Oh god, I'm gonna forget. Yeah, TIE Fighter. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was about to say the wrong ship. I'm like, oh no. Has been one of the favorite stocking stuffers in my family, and
Oh, nice.
what we did is we printed them on ice filament, and then did white detail. So they look really pretty amongst the trees.
Oh, I never imagined all the color combinations and filaments that people would mix and try them in. And it's been amazing. Yeah, I just posted it the other day about the 600 makes that people have posted. So that's definitely my most made model on printables. So I spend hours going through just looking at all the amazing colors and where people put them, and it's fun.
Oh God. Okay. Since I
You're right
dropped
over there.
crust. No, I'm not okay.
Todd
Who
Stewart.
in
Gonna
their
survive
mind would
the
decide
24
to do
hours?
this? Who is the wisest person? Oh yeah, let's do this stuff. Oh, it's great.
You're the
Okay.
one that wanted to be trendy.
Yeah, and I'm freaking. Luckily, I put limits on like the number of beans, so I'm not gonna do 50 beans, like 25. But you know, 1 an hour. You guys sit there and keep on going nuts with the thing there. Oh my God!
Hey,
So
if we
far,
get
we're
them
up
all
to.
done at the beginning. You won't have to deal with them at the end of your night.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to see where people are at. Okay. One reward. Oh, I gotta do this better. Give me all those SEOs. Okay. So far, I think I'm okay. All right. Oh boy, here we go. What?
Thank you, 3D Medic Fence. $100.
What?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh wow.
All these
Very
STLs to print is like candy for my 3D printers. I'm always happy to show my support for a great cause and great community. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and thank you everybody else who's donated.
I
If we
would
were to
try
go
to
through
be.
everybody's names, it would be a lot.
Yeah, no, I do appreciate it. Again, I was supposed to have OBS with the alerts, so all the stuff would just come in. We would be more on top of it, but reasons. All right, so oh boy, I'm gonna have the same problem I had years ago, because if I try to say your name, my tongue is gonna break. No,
Do it.
because what the hell? What are you? What's this? Why is this 1-900? Yeah, $50.
You should know 'em by now.
Lex will breathe softly. Synthetic
Ephemera.
Thank you, ephemera.
So
Thank you.
sad.
See, there's a reason why I made sure to have you on here.
Just so you can torture yourself on the pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Synthetic Ephemera, and I print dolls, but I think what I'm most known for is dumping random shit into resin and then printing with it. Mica, glitter, dyes, scents, and anything that I can find that won't destroy my FEP, and sometimes that will destroy my FEP.
50-50 shot.
I need to figure out your source for FEP sheets, because mine is getting to be a little more costly than I planned.
Yeah, that's mostly what I do.
But you also do, I mean, like I said before, you do these amazing ball jointed dolls, and you also have an e-shop where you can do accessories, and people can make basically build like their own dolls, kind of like, you're the dark gothic cool version of kind of like Build-A-Bear, except it's just dolls. All right, 1 second.
So,
I'm just
Build a
gonna
Goth?
die here. There's a second one. Build a goth,
Build a Goth?
exactly. Build a goth.
Oh my word.
That works. All right, so I'm gonna down this, and then I'm gonna work on getting you guys
Chuck.
links. Will you shut up?
No.
I've been
Good
trying
night.
to add stuff to the rewards thing, but it keeps sending me in a loop, so that's going to be on you. Sorry, man. I tried.
That's fine. That's okay. All right. So next, oh god, next on the block, if my stomach survives, is Tanner 3D, aka Mr. Ricky Tanner.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Everyone's doing better than me.
I don't know about that. I had to I had to totally like plan B this whole thing because you know, my wife is a nurse and she works nights, and so she's asleep or trying to. And so I had to move. I had to take her laptop and come into the guest bedroom. So this is my guest bedroom.
Very nice.
And then I got in here and I was like, okay, I got the webcam working on it, and then the microphone that was built into the thing, I couldn't get it to work, so I had to go get my microphone. And then I was like, I have no audio in Zoom for some reason. So then I'm like, I don't even know where headphones are. So I had to go bother her and wake her up. And then of course that upset the dog. And so the dog decided he wanted to be with Daddy. And so he started yelping and crying and carrying on in the other room. So it's been constant back and forth for me just to get to this point to actually be able to join you guys.
Well, we're glad you made it.
Exactly. Sorry, Maple Leaf Makers, $30. Thank you very much. Print and Play James, $40. Thank you very much.
James, one of my favorite Canadians.
He's turn off my office light, please.
He is like the nicest guy around as well.
Absolutely.
He's always so friendly and everything else. Again,
and he can play music with his face.
I know.
Maybe talent.
What?
I think we should get James and Ricky together and see what they can do for a song.
Yeah, I wanted to ask where's the guitar.
Yeah. Print and Play James. He like flicks the side of his cheek and changes the shape of his mouth and can literally make music with it. It's crazy.
Like that.
That's cool.
All right,
hold on. Didn't sing the song.
So
somebody knows that reference.
Shane, thank you again for reaching out to me and asking me to be a part of this. And
as always.
And I'm glad you gave me a little more time this time.
Hey, better late than never.
Right?
I mean,
I think the last time you gave me like 3 days notice that I needed to have a model ready for you.
Dude, there's people I asked last night. Okay, so
yeah,
there's the new sub 24-hour notice people club that was started yesterday. So, all right, yes,
this time he gave me a little more time.
Yes, I did.
Oh wow!
And he's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, you got to do a mech. Ricky does.
I said I don't know what to do, because what I'm known for is making my scale vehicles, like for GI Joes and action figures, stuff like that. I make vehicles for them, and I've dabbled with some action figures and whatnot. But the vehicles is kind of the thing I'm known for. So I was like, should I do a vehicle? What should I do? And I said, I don't know. I'm thinking, a vehicle, action figure. I said, maybe a mech. And Shane goes, you can't just say maybe a mech and walk away at that. Because I know Shane's a big fan of mech stuff. So I've never made a mech before. Now I have.
Exactly.
And you can download it as one of the rewards for contributing to the charity. And for those of y'all watching, I will reuse a lot of this in some other stuff in the future, because I put probably 100 hours of seat time into making this thing. So I'm going to reuse some of it. But the head, the backpack, and the firefighter axe, they will never, ever, ever see the light of day again. So they are only available for the 1440 Makers charity stream here. And they will go into the archives forever. So this is the one and only chance you have if you're interested in this to pick this up.
Exactly. And just so everyone knows, for the rewards for the STL files, they're only available during the stream. After tomorrow, when we finish up, all the links and rewards and options to get those goes away. So now would be a good time. And hold on. I just want to get you guys' links out there because unfortunately, again, blah, 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 bot didn't work. So I am the bot. And while I'm doing the links, I'm going to ask our next person to introduce themselves, Mr. Bugman.
Welcome. I'm Bugman, also known as Nick.
Nick?
I'm probably most known for holiday models, probably specifically Halloween, though I do enjoy Christmas as well and other holidays. Basically, I make whatever I want to make or whatever my kids or my wife asks me to make, and then I share it with everyone else in case they want it. And some things have gone down quite well. This year it's been mainly teddy bears. It started off after my wife couldn't find a teddy bear she wanted to print for a baby shower. So I made a bear called Barry Bear and then started making all his friends, specifically ready for a Halloween party. And just as thinking what other ones I could make. So now Halloween party's finished and Christmas party's starting. So I'm going to be trying to think of Christmas versions, probably of friends of bears as well. So yeah, that's me basically. I make holiday stuff. Share it out.
Oh, you do some great stuff because like it's for about the past year, any holiday, it's like a lot of people look forward to your designs and they print them out on the holidays and next you know it's just nonstop Bugman holiday prints.
Bugman has
Thanks.
more holiday
Thanks, Shane.
prints in my house than I do.
You're welcome. I'm sorry. For those of you who don't know, I'm sharing everyone's links, and for a certain somebody, I put "Do not follow this person." Whatever you do, but it's just just something. All right. So next we have from Australia, correct? Chaos.
Yep.
Now you.
My audio all right?
I'm sorry.
My audio all right?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
Were you here that like we did one 3 years ago? It wasn't for the Australian fires. It was afterwards. It's kind of like a mental check-in because the whole pandemic. Were you there on that one? I think you might be muted. Okay.
I was worried about that. Is
That's
it working
okay.
now?
Yep, you're fine.
All right, I just got to be closer to the camera apparently. I'll talk louder.
It's okay.
So yeah, no, I'm pretty obscure.
Oh, no, you're fine. Because you're going to be on later on as well for the Australian makers, and you've also shown some of your work as far as the things that you do. You did a resin RC plane. It was a little bit more advanced than that, but
so yeah, I'm not well known on the internet, but yeah, I was the first to develop a. Fortunately, the YouTube algorithm, didn't really get out there, but yeah, so I pioneered the early days of resin printing for proving that resin printing was just as mechanically viable as FDM printing and showed that they were even versus FDM. So the things I mostly work on are CAD design and engineering or prototyping and that sort of thing with FDM, resin, CNC, like name it. And
yeah, your mic's cutting in and out again. So apparently you inherited my technical, I don't want to say definitely not skills, luck with streaming and microphones and everything else, because I'm notoriously bad for that stuff.
There's always got to be at least one.
There's always two. Always two. All right, so I got everyone posted, I believe. Donate. Yep. Okay. So Krusty's doing his thing. Good.
Thank you, Tech Cheaper, for your $40 donation and the lovely birdie bot that we are going to be eating.
Yay. Thunder Keys, $30. Thank you very much. James, we already got. Thank you again. So yeah, yay. I don't know. I'm completely starting to lose track now. Because it's either finish the pilk or do the birdie bot.
On both? Here's mine.
Oh.
I feel like the longer you let it sit, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to let that sit.
There you go. Just get it over with.
You're talking about it as if you're
There
supposed to drink it at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, that
I was-
drinking is the ultimate goal, but
if you have
I
to.
was I was about to say, like, when you have it right away, it's like vanilla, like a Coke float type of thing. But
Yeah, I imagine
letting-
it sitting starts to make it curdle.
All right, so this is either grass, green apple, or booger, whatever the hell that one is. Oh yeah, it's green.
I got cherry.
Green apple. All right,
Damn it.
are you sure it's green?
I mean,
apple?
yay.
The Bertie Bott's I'm totally fine with, but the idea of milk makes me gip. Just the thought of it.
Well, I'm bouncing between Bertie Bott's and the lovely Bean Boozled.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
So the difference is I can't always tell what it is because there's two options for the same color.
Yeah.
Mm.
Danger beans.
Hence dead fish.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hold on. Because like when I was doing, I'm like, oh, I'll do it fine, but I'm gonna limit them. So I want to see what the hell the limit is. All right.
Yeah, and
but-
then you limit to like 75.
No,
Which is
I
not a
think
good thing for you, dude.
I think I put them like 25, like
3 times
no, I-
25 and then those toxic ones.
Yeah, well, I put the price up there. I figured, I'm like, oh, it's Christmas time's
You
coming. Now people gonna have a lot more.
The amount of people who
I
want to
figure-
feature you and the willingness that they are to shell out cash to do so.
I figured people would be like more, conservative with their money, let's say.
This
Oh,
is a
man.
fantastic way to spend our money, Shane.
You don't know
Helping
your
people and
audience, dude.
torturing you.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the last 1440 show we're ever doing again, at least for me, for the host. So
Yeah, you
enjoy
said
it
it
while it
last
lasts.
time and the time before. So
Did I?
yeah, I can't take you serious anymore.
When have you ever taken me serious? Telephone.
Never.
All right. So what do you guys have coming up for plans as far as any particular designs, projects, something cool, something new?
I just finished building my daughter her own doll for Christmas.
Mhm.
Ooh. Is it her first one or?
It's her first doll that I've designed. She has other BJDs, but it's the first one I've designed for her.
About to say, asking you if that's her first one. It kind of like asking if that's my kid's first Pokemon. No.
Yeah, she has several.
Awesome.
Most of them are the ABS ones though. They're not the resin ones because the resin ones are expensive.
And not exactly the most durable things in the world.
It depends on the manufacturer. A lot of the cast resins gotten pretty durable. I will say that the printed resin, depending on the mixture that you're using, can be far more durable. I have bounced horns off of our tile floor and not had them break, and if you do the same to the cast resin, it just breaks.
Check. Testicles.
Yep.
We're gonna
hear that.
Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna attest to that. There's a big misconception in the community about resin being fragile or not as strong, and there are certain resins out there that just unbelievable. I tested some Soratec.
And we lost you again. I think you said Mecha White.
I didn't even get that far.
Well, he said Soraya, and I saw the M, and then that's the only M one that they have.
Fair enough. I actually just discovered at Earth a really, really awesome hard resin that's also flexible. They had a spring that they had that they resin printed that you could actually sit there.
Was it Soraya?
No, hold on. I actually have a bottle of it. Give me a second.
Sounds very cool.
Yeah, the brittleness is, or the misconception of it being brittle is something I've been trying to fight in the doll community, because people are convinced that 3D printing resin can't be as good as the cast resin, and it's like I can literally bounce these parts, these brittle, or not brittle, but tiny thin parts off of tile, and they will not break. And I've seen people drop their cast resin dolls' hands on carpet and it'll break a finger off. And I'm like, if I can drop it on tile and it doesn't break, but that breaks on carpet, then one of these two things is obviously stronger.
So it's by EPAX. It's their hard resin.
Mm.
And if I remember right, they're a US based company. But yeah, it was just phenomenal to see. And yeah, it was amazing. And we've let the kids play with it, and it's perfectly fine.
Or yeah, for the squishy. Memetics in chat asked about resin that holds up to wear and tear. Mecha is actually designed for that. Soraya Tech went to Gundam model people to make ball capture joints. They wanted something that could sit and rub against itself without doing that dust off and scratching that most resins do. And Mecha is fantastic for that. It's actually what I blend my doll resin with now, because the ball joints, I'm gonna try to show this without showing the nakedness. You've got, joints that bend in each other, and as you can see, it's dusting because this is not a Mecha blend. Mecha doesn't do that, and it also has a resiliency to not fracture and break, which is really awesome. It's something in the doll community we've been looking for years, and it has so many other applications outside of that. Like I said, they reached out to the Gundam people first, and I think that's what they initially developed for. But I've seen people use it for mechanical stuff, and I think Chaos was trying to say that's something that he's used. It's really good stuff.
I'll have to look into it because I do minis and ornaments and stuff like that, and the amount of stuff that I've had break just by a bad fumble or bad support removal is more than I'd like to count.
Yeah. It's also got a really nice surface finish. I don't know if you've ever I can't remember the company, but there was a company that came out with a porcelain resin years ago. It has the same surface finish as the porcelain resin did. It's very matte. It has a very almost velvety touch to it. It's incredibly fun to paint because it has a tooth that holds micas and pastels and stuff really, really well.
Who made that one?
Soraya Tech. Or Soraya Tech. Not the porcelain resin, the Mecha. I cannot for the life of me the company that made it, I don't even think makes resin anymore. It was back when the only machines that were out were the laser-based machines like the Moai and the Formlabs and stuff. It was forever ago. Actually might have been a Formlabs resin, the porcelain one. FTD. Yep. That's who it was. It was FTD. That stuff was really brittle though.
I got something the other day that I haven't tried. I don't know if someone tried this. I think it's from Cheetahbox.
Oh. Yeah,
Apparently
everyone's
it's super strong, but I don't even know for what I'm gonna use it, since I'm doing mostly busts.
There's a ton of resin makers that are coming out with mechanical resins now because so many people are pushing for it. It's great. It's nice to see that it's being more adopted. I'm pretty sure Chaos had a big part in that. I think we lost him completely. Is he frozen?
just standing still.
Yeah.
That's one of his things.
I think he might be working on his mic, maybe. Oh, he'll be back.
Oh.
Doing a Drax impression.
Yes.
Moving very slowly.
Speaking of resin and toxic stuff,
no.
What was that thing that you really didn't like for the
You?
toxic waste?
You?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you wonder
Just
why I told
asking
people
for
not
no
to follow
reason.
me? Yeah, sure.
I want to know what Bugman's working on next, because my wife
Oh,
loves
wait.
his Christmas models. He has more models out for Christmas than I do, and that's
So I was
kind of
trying to-
embarrassing in my house. But he's such a nice guy. It's all right.
Sorry, Mike. Yeah, I've no idea. The only ones I've got lined up that I'm looking at next are some more of the birds, like the Christmassy themed ones. Maybe a Santa Claus, a Mrs. Claus, a gingerbread man one,
Gingy.
little elf. Yeah, I just want to do the gumdrop buttons on his chest.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, maybe like I'm seeing an elf, toy soldier. Yeah, I don't know. Hit all the
Oh,
classic
nice.
thing. I've just got the snow, the Christmas cottage out, which is like the Christmas counterpart to the haunted cottage that I did.
Excuse me. You owe me a model after.
Oh yeah, my wife wants some models in as well. She's she's laying in playing till like I'm in first. Yeah. So
Damn it.
yeah, some more.
Welcome.
I'm not sure. It tends to literally be I'll sit with my pad doodling and just doodle something up and go, okay, that's the one, and then go and start making it. So normally I end up doing another star, like a little Christmas star ornament.
Oh, yeah.
For Menace's mum, our little Nick, and let's see ones I'll do. Oh, a tree as well, like this year's tree, which gets really hard to try and think of a new way to do a tree every year because it's just a tree. So how you make it a new tree gets tricky. Last year was fun when we made that puzzle tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was good. So maybe we could do another collab or something. Make
Sure.
some stuff to try and put together a puzzle model solution. That could be good fun. I don't know. What about you? What are you making?
Me? I don't know. Lots of vehicles on my list. Like people keep adding to those. Those kind of caught on, and so we've done
Like a Santa sleigh.
15 of them
just
already.
make
and
special
there's-
versions with Santa hat on each vehicle.
Oh,
That's...
Maybe you could do like a fix.
Also, Bugman can do the same thing. Like just grab, because his favorite holiday is obviously Halloween. Just grab all the Halloween things and like Pennywise for Christmas.
You could do like a fix some motors generic cola brand truck.
Nice. I'm gonna make Christmas ornaments out of all of Bugman's models. by
There you
Putting
go.
a ring on the top.
So Print and Play James actually has a really good question. Do you usually look for a model first before designing it yourself, or default to designing your own models?
Personally, myself, I get asked by my wife who can't find what she wants, asked me to make them. That's what led to the bear. She was just after a cute little teddy bear that actually looked like a soft teddy bear, kind of like a little bit slumped to one side and a little bit kind of plush, like plump. And she just couldn't find one that she wanted. So I went, right, I want this. And obviously, happy wife equals happy life. So she got a bear. And, yeah, and then kind of as soon as I'd finished it, I started looking and thinking, I kind of want to start dressing it up. So that's when John Burr appeared, just by putting the cowboy hat on him. And then like Sid Burr for Sid Vicious. And as soon as I started to do those, I instantly started thinking of all the options for Halloween. The problem is I'm going to start overlapping names.
what you can do is you can sit there and figure out how to take like the head and the arms and stuff off, and you can change what the body looks like, and they can just sit there and snap it all together for each season.
Well, the weird one was like Pennybear, for example. His head was, when I tried making him look like Pennywise and look like the bear, it was really hard. So I ended up making his head way more human shaped, like in a Pennywise slant. And I found that his ears went totally inside his hair. So he just got engulfed inside the hair anyway. So yeah, there's some things where, like you kind of lean it towards different ways.
I remember when I started making mini dudes and the same thing, like so many ideas, like I want to do this, I want to do that, and my wife is like, can you make a Pennywise for me? Like, sure. And I had the same problem, like how can I figure, like, because the shape is super simple, what can I add? And I think that was like one of the rare occasions where I actually had to put the nose as well, because I didn't put nose on mini dudes just to make it a little bit closer to that.
Yeah, doing the like stretching his head out, so it ended up
like,
his head was massive. It was already a big teddy bear head anyway. So stretching his head out, so it was like, no, instead of stretching his head up, and he pulled the sides of his head in.
I actually had to make huge head on this one, this version.
Classic Pennywise, yeah.
Yeah.
Pennywise is not allowed anywhere near our house, so.
Why? But he's so adorable.
We may have two people who have extreme coralophobia.
Oh.
And it's a violent sort of coralophobia, so I'd rather not deal with that.
So when I was a kid, they were playing Pennywise with Tim Curry, and it was divided in like 4 episodes or something. So 4 days in a row we were watching that, and on national TV it was played after like news, so it was around 8. So a bunch of kids have seen it. and then someone thought that, you know, maybe they should just bring clown to a kindergarten.
Nope.
Kids freaked out.
Yep.
Did you guys ever see the video from here in Prague around Christmas time? They do Saint Nicholas, Jesus, and I think it's Jesus, and a demon. They go around. You know, it's a usual fun thing and everything else. But a few years ago, somebody did an extreme version of it, and this guy dressed up as the devil, and it was like straight out of the Krampus movies, you know. And the kids were losing their minds, scared to death, and everything else. And it's always like a thing of, you know, it's for here it's tradition, but it's like for some other people, like, oh my God, how could you do that? It's so mean. I'm like, that's an extreme case, but it was like so damn good.
No, I think kids can handle more weird stuff these days than before. Like my kid, I mean, she's weird because she's mine. She has no problems with any monsters. She's like, oh, that's not real. Daddy can sculpt something like that. You know, it's a normal thing. But I'm a little bit worried about other stuff. For example, we went to see Meg 2. You know, fun family movie with a bunch of gore and everything. And I asked my kid, like, Laura, what do you think about the movie? And she's like, the movie was good, but it was kind of sad. I'm like, why sad? Then I realized that she was rooting for the sharks through the entire movie.
That sounds like our oldest. We went to the zoo one time, and we were at the tiger enclosure, and a duck landed in the water, and one of the younger tigers spotted it and sit there and tracked it and all that, and then charged toward everybody else. Is like, no, save the duck. All you hear from her is, get it. So yeah, she's a well-developed human being.
Sounds like my kids.
Yeah, mine's the same way. But I mean, she grew up in a house full of headless dolls, so.
I mean, my kids aren't scared of monsters really at all. They're terrified of spiders. They're not scared of watching scary movies and Krampus and all that. You try not to let them even see any of it, but they somehow, like, they've officially not seen any of them, and they know every single scene. I blame YouTube for a lot, but Yeah, then a spider. There's like a little tiny spider in the corner of the room, and they've lost their minds, like asking me to get it out. I don't get it. The stuff they're scared of, or the stuff that they should be scared of, they're just not phased by it at all.
Kids are a different breed, man. They're just out there.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, have your kids asked you to design anything?
No. No,
so you're one of the lucky ones.
My grandson asked me to find and print stuff for him every once in a while. But then the first thing that I found and printed for him, he broke it in like 10 seconds.
Sounds about right.
And then he's like, print another one. So I printed another one. He broke it in about 30 seconds. And he's like, I don't want you to print anymore.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
Wait, did you do that on purpose so he would never ask you again? Save more time to make your own stuff?
maybe. Well, I told him it was fragile. And then the second one, I said, now, what did we learn from the first one? He said, I know it's fragile. I gave it to him like 30 seconds later. He broke something else on it. He's like, well, the arm was fragile. I knew that, but I didn't know the leg was fragile too. I said, the whole thing's fragile. Joey, stop. I was like, yeah. I was like, all this printed stuff. I was like, these layer lines, they can snap apart at that. And what he had me print was Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine. And so his arms and legs are really spindly and thin. So they were really easy to break. I still had some gloop at that time and glooped them back together, but then he wasn't interested anymore by that point. So they eventually found their way into a garbage bin.
Nice.
But I need to get myself a faster printer. Because all these people, I'm watching all these people with their new fast printers now, and I'm thinking, okay, this took me like about 40 hours of print time. And we're probably going to see people have these things like assembled by this afternoon that are downloading it now. I'm like, I hate all you people with your fast printers.
Yeah, I get the exact same thing with damn it's Karen, who's in the chat. I will make a model, getting it ready. I'll send it over to her, so she'll ask if she can test it. Send it over to her. I've already got mine printing, and she'll receive the file, start it going, have it finished, and I've still got 3 hours left. I'm like, come on.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's because the only printer I have is a CR10S4.
Right.
And so it's printing, 50 millimeters per second. It takes it 10, 15 minutes for the bed to get up to temperature before it even starts printing. I'm like, so I would probably design a lot more because I can't move on until I've tested it. Right. Like I can't release stuff to the public until I've test printed it. That's why, on my Patreon, I have the whole beta squad thing. I'm hoping other people will test the stuff. Of course, they never do. And so I'm like, well, the beta squad gets exclusive access for a while. Well, that exclusive access stays exclusive as long as it's never been printed, because I'm not going to put it on printables when there's not been a printed test of it to make sure it works. So I've got several things that have aged out of the whole, exclusivity period that I give, but I don't release it to the public because I haven't had the chance to test print it yet. And I'll slice like the first part of the model up, and when my slicer says 38-hour print, I'm like,
hello?
Never mind. And then I just don't print it.
I think
because I don't want to print something that takes 38 hours.
I really like that FDM became much faster lately. But I'm super happy. I bought a new resin printer that prints much faster than all the previous ones, and that's the important thing for me, because I hate if I need to wait for 5 hours to see my failed print finally on the build plate. It's crazy. So like now for something that took 8-9 hours, I can finish it in 2.5 hours. It's insane.
Yeah, and I'm interested in resin printing. I want to get into it at some point because I want to explore more into the action figure side of things. And action figures just don't look good FDM printed. I've tried.
Yep.
You know, so I want to explore that more, but I still think the first thing I need is a faster FDM printer. So that I can prototype my stuff quicker, and then after that I'll worry about getting resin, because I'd like to make some like custom action figure heads and stuff like that for existing action figure lines, so you can just print and replace the heads on like the GI Joe classifieds, that which are the 6-inch GI Joes, which their sculpts on those figures are gorgeous. They're awesome. But I'd like to be able to make some custom heads for that. I'd like to be able to make custom heads for like the couple different Masters of the Universe lines that are out there, and
That sounds like
it just doesn't look good FDM printed.
I think I'll go
as a sculptor, it's always the most rewarding when you see your stuff actually in resin. It's how you sculpted it. With FDM, just a lot of details like disappears.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, like the head on this, it's got quite a bit of detail, but it's just it's not as pretty FDM as it would be if resin printed. And I'm kind of curious if I could resin print stuff with like these kind of the joints and stuff, and
now these days you can. You have
Easily.
like tough resin, rigid stuff.
Because I think the last time that I sent a design that I had over to Robbie Mack. He doesn't come around much anymore, and he printed some samples for me and mailed them to me, and the ball joints were misformed or misshapen, and they didn't want to click together, and at that point I was like, well, maybe I don't need to get into resin. But then I see other people doing it now, and I'm like, okay, obviously either the slicer or the machines, something has gotten better so that the accuracy is better, the mechanical accuracy is there now, and so I want to do it. But right now I'm also 3D printing in a rather small space, and so I've kind of been holding off on that, hoping to find a better place to do it as well. But yeah, I think first on my list is a faster FDM machine, and then I'll dip my toe into resin.
Well, if you want an idea, I think I've got my mic working now. Is it working?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want an idea of what you can achieve with resin, this is a EDF fan that I've designed and printed. And yeah, so I've got tolerances in here that are sub-millimeter. Now I printed these fan blades straight off the printer, removed the support material, did some light sanding where the support material was attached, put it on the motor, ran it up in here, no balancing, perfect.
Very cool.
And like, I've
now,
got other like,
are the tolerances a lot different than FDM printing?
Oh, it's totally different. You have to completely change your mindset of how you design the part. And then like with FDM, you've got to consider the orientation for printing and stuff like that. Now you have to do some of that for resin, but not as much. You can get away with a lot more. And the only things you have to worry about with resin printing is you have to consider that the side facing the side facing the build plate, which is the back side from the screen, will always have slightly lower quality because when you're printing something and you're at the edge of the silhouette for that layer, and then the next layer prints and it's slightly wider out, the UV light's going to pass through that tiny little step out and go deeper into the resin than just that layer. So the backside of a print always looks a little bit goopy and messier in that. So you adjust your design and your orientation to account for that, and trying to stick to like 45-degree angles and that, so that step distance is shorter and you get less of that pass through.
Okay. And which is why when you see people, their prints are being oriented a lot of times at an angle like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like
So it's
Synthetic will
also
be
because of
the
the
one to
pulling
tell you about
force.
ball joints and stuff. Like she's got that
Yeah,
stuff nailed
like
down.
this is, I mean, you want to do action figures. This is all,
Yes.
this is strung with elastic. It's fully articulated. I mean, and this is relatively simplistic. I've seen, I know there's a couple people who are doing like full-blown action figures with the lock socket joints where it's the captive ball that holds together, and they're
Well, I can get one of them apart. I signed the snub.
and they function and they hold up to being played with, and yeah, that style of joint. Yep.
Yeah. So, and then just snaps together.
Resin's more than capable of doing all of that now. 5 years ago, no, not a chance. But now there's enough technical resins out there that handle the job just
And then of course
fine.
joints like this as well.
A split. There's actually a doll maker I know that she does animal dolls, and all of her tails use those joints, and they're resin printed, and they lock in and they spread on the inside so it locks it in place, and they function just like they're supposed to, just like they would if they were done in ABS or PLA.
And then you guys were talking about new resins now that don't wear.
So one of those is Soritex Mecha White. And I got to play with some of that recently for some parts for my dad's new PC build. And the stuff is amazing. Once you print it and you clean it up, it's like a waxy ceramic almost, the feel. Yeah. It's very tough. It's wear resistant. It doesn't abrade very easily. But if you go with a file or something and you sand it, you can adjust your tolerances very easily with a bit of sandpaper or a file to get your fits and finishes. It's beautiful stuff to work with, but it's really tricky to print.
Yeah, it's got very high tolerance. Like it has high shrink. Sorry, I was trying to
right now. I prototype all my stuff in PLA, and if you're printing this mech in PLA, just know that it does hold up to quite a few movements, because this is my prototype and every joint's been flexed thousands of times and they're still, holding like they should. But you can definitely see when you look into the joint that the PLA is rubbing on itself and starting to wear down.
Yeah, which is what this white is in here. This is a non-mecha resin.
And it's doing the same thing in PLA. Is the joint is starting to rub itself down.
The mecha
doesn't do that.
It does not at all do that. Once you finish prep the surface and sanded it and everything, it does not wear. I wish I have a doll somewhere around here that's made out of mecha. I actually have a video up on my Instagram of me just grinding 2 mecha parts together, and there's no dust, no scratching, nothing.
Which I know Shane has put together a lot of toy makers models, and doesn't toy makers suggest that you like paint the inside of the ball joint with like clear nail polish before you assemble it?
Yeah, there's a few different ones. For Toy Maker, he does, like I said, as Ricky said, he does the nail polish. It's primarily to protect it. There's another designer, Tim Young. He'll recommend like a spray-on glue, letting it dry completely, and everything else. And that's mostly to tighten up joints on the FDM prints.
And it'll not only tighten up the joint, but it'll prevent that PLA on PLA rubbing that it wears itself down.
It's one of the major issues with a lot of polymers is when you got 2 surfaces of the same polymer type, those polymers like to interact with each other.
Right.
So with any kind of plastics, except for some of the plastics like polypropylene, ABS, those are the 2 plastics that they use for making Gundams, for instance. Those are more of their plasticity is a lot more on like the glassy oil. I like to think of them as like oily plastics. So they don't so much as wear as a powder, but they'll wear themselves to the point where they actually start melting if you put too much, friction on them.
Right, it starts getting
and
gummy.
Whereas other ones, they'll abrade into a dust rather than going into a melt state.
Right. Which, of course, most of those plastics also have, fumes you don't want to be in the room for, or enclosures you have to keep them from delaminating or warping. But that's why I print almost everything in PLA. It's the easiest thing there is to print. It's inexpensive for the most part, unless you're getting a fancy color, which I prototyped this and what I had loaded up. So this got prototyped in some really old Jesse PLA. I don't even think he uses this like formulation anymore. This was like the early Jesse PLA when he first started making filament over at Printed Solid. This was a roll was given to me by Walter, Country 3D. Those of y'all who remember Walter.
Yep.
And he'd stopped by on his way back through from one of the Rip Rap festivals and at my house, and he brought me a roll of Jesse PLA as a gift. And I finally opened it up and had it loaded up and had been using it for stuff. Well, it was already loaded in my machine, so I just hit print. I was just prototyping. I wasn't trying to make a finished pretty model. I just wanted to make sure everything works, and I was in a hurry to get it all printed and make sure everything works so that I could get it uploaded for the charity. And so that's why it ended up being purple. So yeah, I know it's a firefighter mech, but it's purple.
There's nothing wrong with purple.
Right. It's just not a typical firefighter color. I mean, if I was trying to make a pretty finished model, I would have ordered some nice fire engine red and all that, but I didn't want to wait for having some filament shipped to me and everything else before I could start prototyping.
Most of my prototypes are whatever's in the printer.
Yep. Yeah. I was like, it's already loaded up.
Get
an
it done.
SD card and click the wheel a couple times, hit go.
You have a 5 gallon or a 5 kilo jug that I dump like random mixed color resin in from batches from client orders and stuff. And then that's my prototyping resin. I just dump that in one of the printers and print it.
So what's it make you like
I've got a bottle there
random
sitting with a mix of everything as well. It's just the last bit of every
just
batch
kind of a random kind of goopy, like muddy looking gray or what?
This is actually one of my last batches. It just kind of, because reds overpower everything.
Right.
So once a red gets in there, but I mean, sometimes it comes out gray, sometimes it comes out purple, whatever I've been printing a lot in. Sometimes it has mica and glitter in it, just depending on what I've dumped in there. So
like I have a palette too, and I went into their canvas program and started painting one of these up, and I was like, maybe I'll print a final pretty one. But as I said, my printer's slow as it is, so when you add with that the multicolor everything of the palette, it was like a 18-hour print just to print the 2 feet, and I went, never mind.
Wow.
I'm not. Yeah.
And you could probably print that whole thing in 8 hours in resin.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and then I look at well, like I said, it took me about 40 hours to print all the parts. Now that was printing one part at a time as I was prototyping. I mean, obviously I could have done it faster if I slapped everything on the build plate at once, which, I mean, it is a CR10S4, so it's got a 400 by 400 build plate. I can put all the parts on one build plate, and I could probably print like 4 of them at once. Now, granted, that would take days, but it would probably save time over printing one part, snapping it together, testing it, and going, okay, that I'm ready to move on to the next part. Let's print the next part, which was how I ended up doing it. But yeah, I look at all these people now and their printers that print multicolors and print really fast, and I'm like, I hate you all.
Speaking of fancy FDM printers, what do you guys think of Piopoli's new Magneto printer? Have you heard that thing? It is
nothing yet. It's not working.
Not working?
I mean, I haven't seen it working, so.
They put out a video last week of it printing.
Just a couple of days ago, they put a couple of videos out about moving 1,000mm a second.
Yeah, it's
accelerations.
Fast.
Yeah, I think a week or so ago I saw a video of it. It was averaging like 737mm a second or something in the video that they posted, and I was like, okay, that's fast.
Yeah, you can do that with linear drives because you don't have to deal with the tension of the belts and belt skipping and all that. You can just put direct torque to that motion, and it will go to where you put it.
And then I'm looking at my old CR10S4 at 50mm a second and saying, I hate you.
That's why my two Moais
So
are
much hate,
sitting in
dude.
sitting in the
Oh, mate.
garage.
Mate,
50 millimeters a second.
You've got no idea. Come live here in Australia, and we'll talk about hate for FDM. I have an absolute hate relationship with FDM because it doesn't work here. The humidity, like the moment you open that bag, you'll get like 20 minutes of print, and then it dies.
Well, see, I've got PLA filament that I still use and works that has been out of the package for 3 years.
Yeah.
And has never been put in a dryer, never been. And it's a little like if it's one of those really old rolls, sometimes I have to pull, a couple feet off of it and clip it off because it's that last couple feet's gotten kind of brittle. But yeah.
Yeah, here the whole roll goes. The whole roll goes. And for years, right? I've been through so many printers for years. I thought it was the printers that were at fault. Like the problem was with the printer or the settings or this or that, the other. And now just recently, like it's been more apparent, like in the community, that it's humidity that just messes with the plastic. And
yeah, but we never admit that. We always blame manufacturers. They are always the one to be blamed.
Well,
it's never user fault, right?
and PLA is not very hygroscopic anyway, so I mean not as much so as some other like printing in TPU or something like that where it's going to absorb more moisture or nylon.
And all of my filament is opened, and like I used this one the other day and it's 5 years old and it was just staying on the ground.
Like, what's your ambient, temperature around the house? Because like the ambient temperature here is 28 degrees Celsius.
Well,
and you got humidity that's up above 60 all year round. During summer, it's above 80, and like plastics just don't
I
do
live
well
in
here.
Europe, in Croatia, so I mean, with all the bad stuff, at least I can have one nice thing here.
Yeah, that's why I don't like synthetics. Probably the same. It's like that's why I went so hard with resin, is because it was just the most reliable thing here.
Well, for me, it was prototyping. The resin machines, just the speed of them outpaced the FDM machines and I started on laser based FDM machines. I had two Moais when I first started, and like they're sitting in the garage right now because they are snail pace compared to what's out nowadays. And I just what I was producing and what my clients needed. Like I still have clients that want FDM prints, and we still have our 3 Pruses that we use for those. But 99% of what we do is resin now because it's just faster turnaround time. I can output parts in the same day. And then make an iteration on it and reprint it and have it done and show it to the client, be, fantastic. Whereas with the FDM, it was like, okay, well, in 2 days, I'll have something for you to look at. And if we need to make changes, it's 2 more days. So, although we do have the humidity issue here because of where we are in California, we actually bought some dryers that we would run the filament through on the really humid times of the year, but it's not year round like it is where you are, thankfully.
I really like how everything became much faster. Like,
oh yeah,
when I bought my first printer, I was like, when I started printing, it was like, oh yeah, it's nice, it's doing layers. Oh, 2 layers, nice. 3, 5. Half an hour later, oh, it's like this tall.
Yeah.
Why did I get a printer? I am too impatient for that. And now these days, it's like I'm sculpting something and I'm gonna take a break for a few hours and just looking at what I've sculpted and like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw it on the printer just to see how it looks. Like 2 hours later, it's done. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll throw a printer on before I take my kid to school in the morning, come back, and I can actually see, visible progress rather than, oh, the raft's done now.
Oh, it's stuck to the build plate. Good.
It's funny that
I
wonder how did this ever get called rapid prototyping? Like, how did that name ever get made up? Can CR7 watching it, and you'd be like, say, be all night, and you come back and there's a tiny little thing done. All night. It's like, this is supposed to be rapid, and every time someone said, "Oh, but it's rapid prototyping," I just burst out laughing at them. I go, "Yeah, but no."
Yeah, I think people who don't use 3D printers, they picture like the replicators on Star Trek. They think you hit a button and just here it is. It's done. It doesn't work that way.
With
some
of
the
those resin
speeds,
prints today are pretty quick.
Yeah, some of the speeds the resin printers are reaching now, we're pretty close to that. Like I just got my Saturn 3 and it's
my Ultra
scary
is amazing.
fast. Yeah, that's what I have is the Ultra. Yeah, I have the
Mm.
Ultra. It is scary fast. How I mean, it's. I saw the slicing time on my slicer when I first got it, and I was like, no, that can't be right. It can't be that quick. This is wrong. It's calculating right. I threw it in the machine. The machine told me it was going to take that long, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not expecting it to be done for like 3 hours. I came back in an hour. It was done.
Yeah, usually, I mean, I haven't tested a lot of resin printers. I had like Anycubic stuff. I had SL1, and now I'm mostly like using Elegoo, and it was like printer would always lie to me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's gonna take 9 hours. 14 hours later, like, oh, it's finally done. Ultra is actually keeping the time like properly. What it says, it's like that. Maybe it's gonna be off for a few
Yeah, it
minutes.
might be off a couple of minutes, but that's it. It's not off by hours. Yeah.
We've just
But still, when I got the Ultra, like I'm using Leech Slicer for most of my stuff, and there weren't enough profiles. So actually, every profile that was suggested was having more or less the same time as my Saturn II. So I kind of got like, oh, I made a mistake. Maybe I should have got something else. And then I looked at SL1 speed with I think it was their orange resin, and it was like crazy fast.
Yeah.
And now Ultra is actually pretty much in the same
Yeah,
speed.
my SL1 and my Ultra run about the same times for the same size
Yeah.
print. The only difference is really the Ultra has more space.
I still have SL1. I didn't upgrade it to SL1S because I was afraid that I'm gonna make some damage.
Oh, I broke mine when I upgraded mine. I broke
See,
mine.
That's why I'm never gonna do it.
I mean, it's fixed. It works, but yeah, I broke mine upgrading it.
Oh, maybe if someone's nicer, they would actually have someone offer to help them. But oh, I'm sorry, Mike's on.
I don't ask you for help anymore.
I have I ever said no?
Yes.
Yes.
Few times actually.
Yeah, because you wanted stuff beyond my means. All right, so how about if we give a quick update? All right, so we're not even. Oh, actually, we just hit the 2-hour 15 mark, and we are up to $1,387. Holy shit!
Well,
and
I'm gonna be an asshole and say, like, if you start eating more of these beans, we're gonna raise more. But
well, see, but here's the thing, though. If I start eating more beans, I can't do giveaways. So
That's
I mean,
true.
like, I could do that, but then you're taking away from others. Do you really want to be that person?
What if you just eat one bean and then move to a giveaway?
No. So how about this? All right. I'm gonna feel somewhat generous. And this is open to everyone, okay? The only person this is not open to is me. All right. So even if you guys want to join in on this, you can. And hold on, I want to make sure the link works. Of course that didn't work. All right, good. This one works. So what we're gonna do is when I hit enter, it's going to be 5 minutes. I'll set a timer for everyone to fill out the form. It's all gonna go into me, come back to me, and I'm gonna take everyone's names and run it through a random name picker on Google. All right. So for the giveaways, we're going to nail out. We're going to nail a whole bunch of them at the same time. So let me see. Now, some of these prizes are region specific. All right. If you get picked and you're not in that country, you can either give it to someone who's in that country, or you can offer to re-roll it. Okay. So this batch, I'll do 2. All right. So prize pack number 1 is a 5-pack of PLA filament from Printed Solid. This is for US only. And then from E3D, we have a fully loaded Revo kit with a one, oh God, why didn't I ask him how to pronounce this? Obsidian 0.6 nozzle. All right. That is worldwide. Another option, another one I'm going to draw for is a Prusa Mini giveaway that is open to worldwide everywhere. And then we have a 120 milliliter of Gloop to give away. So it's 1, 2, 3. Hold on, Krusty's going crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things we're giving away. Okay, so you guys can sit there and hold on. I'm so organized. Guys, all right. One thing though, real quick, side note, because I know people asking in chat and everything else for the STL files. Since they're with Tiltify, we have to email out the files, and we are working on it right now behind the scenes. If we use the Google account for the 1440 makers, I'm afraid that the account will get busted for spamming, and I don't know what that would do to the live stream. So even in the description below, it says after the show, it could be 1 to 3 days. So I do understand you guys will get them. In fact, someone else is working on something right now behind the scenes to see if we can get them out faster. Okay. So here is the link. Hold on. Hey, Google, set a 5-minute timer.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, isn't it? All right, so you guys can sit there, fill out that form. It's all going to come back to me and everything else. And even for the people, the panelists and Carson, you guys can fill that out too if you want to.
Nope, I won't, because those are a way of us saying thank you to everyone who's here for this awesome event.
Exactly. But there's going to be oh, damn, no shipping to Croatia. That sucks. I'm sorry.
Oh, wrong fingers.
Plus, my last big 1440 makers prize is still sitting in a box upstairs.
Oh God, that's gonna be an antique by now.
It is. He keeps meaning to set it up on the MK3 and just haven't had time.
I'm so in something.
God damn it. Really? All right. No, that's the SEL files. Thank you. Enio, thank you for the $10.
Now, while you're waiting, you could eat something, you know?
He really loves to see you suffer.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just
I don't
thinking
see
because later
last-
it's just gonna pile up and he's not gonna be able to eat everything.
The last time you requested me to eat something was 42 minutes ago, and you coughed up $15. So I
I'm
already
still
took care of
waiting.
that.
Eat it.
I did it.
You didn't eat it. I haven't
Yes,
seen
I did. It was a blue wrap. Here's the goddamn wrapper for it.
Oh yeah, he was suffering.
Yeah.
I'm
So I'm sorry if you didn't. Yes, you
That or
did.
he's a very good actor. One of the two.
He
Yes, you
can't hide the blush.
Or the tears watering down my face.
Oh, was it good?
No, it wasn't good.
Thank you. You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Crap.
Okay.
Can I ask wife, can I spend more?
Give permission.
Well, I mean, like,
Sure, once you explain it's to cause pain to Shane, she'll be right for it.
No,
I
she
really
likes
want to
Shane.
torture this guy that I know.
Oh, she met Shane.
Mhm. Yeah, the I'll keep that story off of the interwebs.
Okay.
All right, so where we at? We're at 32 responses.
Only?
I know. There's like 60 viewers and 32 responses.
That's crazy. Come on, people. We want to give you stuff.
You have 1 minute, 36 seconds.
You're thirsty, Shane?
Why didn't I put like a booze request? Like alcohol.
I mean, you can always make
That'd be
your
a bad
pumpkin
idea.
spice latte spicy.
Would you
No.
really want to taint your alcohol though with something horrible?
Alcohol helps. All right, let's see. 35 responses. Less than a minute to go.
Alcohol would be a bad idea on my side, since I can legally brew and distill my own vodka, which I do.
Over here,
So
they
I have
do
a
like
lot of it just sitting around.
they do a Czech moonshine type of thing, and you can buy it legally in the stores, or people make it themselves. And the homemade stuff is always like 10 times stronger than the legal limit of this stuff. And it's like you do 3 shots, you're out completely, no memory, no nothing. All right. Yeah, I know you. I can see you grinning like a friggin' maniac. Okay, you're not, little Mr. Innocent over there. You and your weird chihuahua.
That's a cat.
That's a cat, dude. What's wrong with you?
It looks like a chihuahua.
It's a
Okay, it's an
Sphinx
Egyptian cat. All right, I'm old. I wear glasses. It's a small and time. We are done. 39 responses.
Thank you, MJ, for your
Okay.
$55 donation and sending Shane to hell.
Okay, so
tickets to hell
Hold
are
on.
rather cheap.
all right, so let me see if I can do this right and not botch everything up. I'm gonna put this over here.
Yeah.
And share screen. Okay. Share. All right, so you guys should just see.
Wow.
You see the wheel, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Actually, something
Wheels
worked. All right.
Of Shane.
What? Oh, quiet.
I think that should come with an epilepsy warning, maybe.
It's not flashing. The one I wanted to use, I couldn't get. All right, so where am I? Okay, I'm here.
This is
All right.
5 schools of PLA, you said?
Yep, and this is for the US. Okay, so 1 second, I'm looking. All right, so when I call your name, you have at least no more than 60 seconds to say that you're here, just to make sure. So let's get this ball rolling. God damn it. Sorry. All right, so this again, the 5-pack. I'm gonna do it here. Go there. We'll do there. Okay, and shuffle. And I'll spin. Oh, click to spin.
Come on, mommy needs new shoes. Liz!
Liz!
Hey.
Wait, is it only US or Canada? Also,
pretty sure it's because even though Canada is a part of North America, it's still considered international. So unfortunately, that's not going to work. But Liz, like I said before, if you want to, you can hold on to it. Already in hell with all of us. Yes, I am. So Liz, if you want to, do you want to hold on to it? You want to re-roll it? It's up to you. Damn, I'm in Canada. I can re-roll it and keep your name
Really?
in there.
Liz,
But
you didn't apologize because you're in Canada. What's wrong
hold on,
with you?
but
See, you're sorry.
if I was you, I would hold on. I would hold on to it, give it to someone in the States, because everyone who wins, their name automatically gets entered into the grand prize drawing, and that one's international shipping. So there's that option there for you. Yay, nay.
Don't forget, spring delay. Spring delay.
Oh yeah. Slow mode. Okay. So you can hold on to it. Okay. So we'll do it this way.
Like to give it to local maker.
And I'll try to do the thing. I thought I put it's 15 seconds. Remove. All right. So you'll hold on to that. Give it to someone.
Typing is also slow mode.
All right. I got to fix that. Sorry, guys. All right. So now we're going to re-roll for the Revo kit. All right. That's open to everyone. So let's go. Thunder keys. Yay. Message again. Okay. Let me see. I'll wait for Thunder keys and I'll see what I can do about the other thing. Because I thought I turned that off. Thunder keys. That one is open to worldwide shipping. So you're all set with that. Okay, there you are. All right. Next. Let's do the Prusa Mini.
Or just throw it away here.
This one's open to everyone.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Oh, dude, that was so. I'm sorry, but that was very close. It was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm sorry. You need to sit there and say that you're present in order to win.
I'm present.
Okay, good. All right, so let's do the gloop next. This one, because I have like 6 international, 6 for North America for that one. So, oh, it's 6 for the US, sorry, and 6 international. So, all right, and then last one.
I gotta find space for that. I don't have any more room.
There's space over here at my house if you'd like.
There's always space for room.
It is mini, so it'll be easier to
test of wills. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Yeah, I want to get another mini so I can make a Pokemon army because I have. Oh, I just forgot the person's name who made the Bulbasaur.
The heart, the one with the heart and stuff. One has a heart, one has like a rose back. Or is it those Bulbasaurs?
I do have those ones. But no, I have the Prusa mini mod that turned my Prusa into Bulbasaur. Testawills is here.
Yay. Okay. So let me mark down these ones as, did I get? Yep. Yep. Okay, we got.
I just had a client have me print a whole slew of the ones with the rose and the heart and stuff. in glitter resin.
Ooh, can you send me a picture of this? I've been wanting to do them.
If they're still on my drive, I'll send you pictures.
I just got a bunch of pre-supported Pokemon models recently that I want to do in like the pretty resins. I'm still very scared to experiment just because of how much I print. I go through resin very quickly, as you know.
I just went through 40 kilos in 3 weeks.
Oh wow. Yeah. And here I was impressed that I went through 4 bottles in 2 days.
Hold on. I'm trying to. There we go. Oh, okay. We should be back. Get that ugly bastard off there. Okay, good. It was just my face on there. All right. Congratulations, everyone who won. Whoever won, you are now entered in the grand prize drawing. So you won't have to be here for it. I'll alert you guys when it is. I'm gonna try to fix the slow-mo. I'm going to try to fix it.
Breaks everything.
All right, and yeah, I know, Wex. Okay, I'll get to your friggin' your thing there. Okay.
Oh, did he add another one too?
I'm sure he did. I don't even need to look.
Nope.
I don't trust you.
Not another one. He's added another 2.
Who's MJ? Don't everyone talk at once.
I would tell you, but you don't trust me.
No, I don't trust you.
I have a feeling it's Wexer's wife.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, then Mrs. Wexer needs to give an email address so I can do that.
It's not
the other part.
Fair.
Right. God damn it. Okay, it's just screw it, the red one. See, haha. See,
I love the fact that while he's doing this, his face starts to match the color of his background because it has those little pink hues in there. He's starting to blend in.
There it goes. There it goes. Where'd you go? You've disappeared.
He's a chameleon.
You love us, Shane.
So, Bugman, I know you said you like Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
I figured this is.
Oh, cool.
They're actually doll heads. They go on.
Awesome.
I don't know if you know what Nendroids are. They're these little ABS like action figures from. They make them up for different animes and stuff, but they have a head back, and then the S hook goes in here, and they're little.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
My brother would love those.
My kid has a whole slew of them, and she's carted several of them off, several of the heads off.
Rocker. My kid keeps walking off with these. I'm trying to print them for a show. Little flexi Pokemon. She just walked off with her 4th one because she's broken the other 3.
Did you let her know that they're fragile?
She's 4. She doesn't care.
Yeah, they don't. I have an 8-year-old who doesn't care.
We are literally just putting the Halloween decorations away.
Tomorrow after the stream, I'm pulling out my Christmas
nice
stuff. That's amazing.
I don't ever put Halloween away. My Christmas tree is white with UV purple and black.
That's awesome.
So I Halloween doesn't go away. Never.
Eventually I will be at that point, but unfortunately with the little ones it's a little harder.
You just do Nightmare Before Christmas. It's Christmas.
I do.
Yeah, basically Christmas comes in and pushes Halloween out. You don't really have that quiet moment in between.
My kid's been singing Christmas carols since August, so I know I'm screwed.
Ouch.
At least it's not Baby Shark or anything like that, so I take what I get.
Yeah, I would take Christmas carols over Baby Shark.
Yep. But last year we had to get her own little like 3-foot tree, so she'd leave the big tree alone. So she has her own ornaments, and I know I'm gonna have to print a whole bunch for that as well.
Sweet.
So, yeah, she loves the printers. She'll go upstairs and ask Ryan, like, hey, what do you have for me today? Because the printers upstairs are always running.
And my youngest decided he wants to get into doing 3D modeling. He wants his own tablet and his own pen so he can start doing sculpting.
Yep, that's what mine wants to do.
He wants his own printer as well. I was like, for now, you can use our printers. Just
yes, one step at a time.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
that's what he does.
So I've been seeing ads recently for a 3D printer that's geared towards kids. It's called Toolbox. Tiny little printer, and it is so expensive. I'm sitting here going, I can get a couple of minis for that price.
Yeah,
sounds like a marketing trap.
It is.
That's like the second or third one. There's been several over the last few years that are marketed towards kids that are like, it's a toy printer, and they usually either don't ever come out. Like I think the first one was on Kickstarter and it never came out, or they come out and they're just horrible.
Yeah, they call all their filaments food.
Or worse,
printer
set
food.
themselves on fire, like one of them did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if I'm going to get my kid into 3D printing, I'm going to do it right and do it with the real stuff, not with the overpriced.
Especially because the real stuff's got so reasonably priced these days as well. Like, don't mess around with the toy version of it.
Yeah.
And at least
Yeah,
I know
we-
with the
we
real
wanna
stuff,
get-
there's more testing behind it.
We want to get kids printing stuff like this, you know?
Yeah,
Get into
you
that
can't
STEM and
do that
engineering.
on the ones that set themselves on fire.
Either
Built-in
that or
propulsion.
printing chocolates. I really fancy one of those chocolate prints in the cocoa press. They're very, very dangerous around Christmas. Just printing Christmas chocolate decorations.
I didn't even think about that.
I want a cocoa press just so I can print edible dolls. But I
That
can't
would be
justify
hilarious.
the cost because I don't know if there's anyone that would buy them other than
People
me.
would buy them.
It's the
I can,
internet.
but
Of
I'm not
course
sure
they would
that I
buy
can
them.
assemble it on my own without any help.
Ellie's going to be on later on. She's going
She's
to
on the
be
wo-
on.
Is she on the
Go ahead.
women's panel?
Ellie is on the Makers Making a Living and on the Pride
Oh, okay.
Makers. So you can see her later on today if you're around. Hold on. Is this still? Yep. Okay. Sorry. I was like, wait, I should be recording this. And it is
Yeah.
recording.
And it told us all that we were recording at the beginning, so I hope so.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
being streamed and recorded.
Okay. Well, you guys can't sit there and say, no one told me. I worked on one stream and everything else, and we had all the instructions and everything else. Like, okay, when we pull you in, you're on, you know, and everything else. And I pulled the person on, and we started going with it. And everything else. I'm like, all right, thank you very much, you know, for your time and everything else. Like, that was it. I'm like, yeah. We didn't know we were live. I'm like, but we even told you to turn off YouTube, you know, to kill the audio. So, and that was it. So I was like, can't win them all. Okay, I finally got. Oh yeah, by the way, that was a friggin' hot one, whatever the hell that one was. One of the red trilogy of death.
Well,
So thanks.
the donation did say send you to hell, didn't it?
Yeah, because I thought I'd be cute and everything else. I'm like, oh, it's $25. No one will do that. They'll get the
yeah,
models.
you don't seem to know us very well yet, do you?
I do, but I didn't expect you guys to bring your friggin' horde of nothing.
Well, it's up to $1,547 already. Wow.
Wow. Hold on, does that mean 4 minutes ago? Troy.
Okay, you got lucky with that
Me on
one.
the SS. Okay. Oh, what?
Shane, question.
What?
Since I think this is the first year that I wasn't on from the beginning, did you had your early monologue before jumping into the stream, or this time you actually went live?
I went
the first
live, but the
minute?
audio was all I went live. It was good until I didn't realize I had the stream open on another tab, and all of a sudden it just repeated back at me. And then I thought I'd be brilliant. I'm like, oh, I'll just turn down my volume on my headphones and I'll continue. And then I remembered that I can't hear my other co-hosts.
Okay. It happens.
You would think with the one being in the middle of the day, he'd be the most prepared out of all of us.
No.
No, I took the cake.
No,
I
like
took the cake.
I think for 2 streams, Shane
Mm-hmm.
would start the stream, he would speaking, and then we would just sending him messages or saying like, dude, we're not live yet.
Because you want to know what? Because I
God damn
use
it.
Zoom. Because with Zoom, right, you can set it up for for YouTube and everything else. But if you already create the event, you have to use manual stream settings. So then you hit live in Zoom, and then you have to go to YouTube and hit live. So this time I'm like, nope, I'm gonna remember, I'm gonna do it and everything else. I got the Zoom going. I'm like, all right, guys, we're gonna go live, and boom, it went off, and then boom. And you can't hear it on the stream. But like to me, everything just echoed back and everything else. So yeah, I started off my own special, unique way. So yeah.
Is it really live stream? It works perfectly from the beginning, though.
You know what? It's stuff comes with it. Why have a good start to a stream? That's boring. Oh, hey, good job and everything else. You want to sit there and wait to see like what can he do wrong now? That's entertainment. That's that gets people. All right, so
Yeah.
let's see here. Let's update this. Yeah, $1,547, and we're not even 3 hours into this. Still got 21 hours, 15 minutes left. I might have to readjust the magical goal line. I don't have any if we make it over the amount, I don't have any good goals. And no, I'm not dancing. I'm not putting on a goddamn Santa's hat. I am not doing half the stuff you guys are suggesting, Mr.
I only suggested dancing and Santa hat without anything else.
Somebody
Those
suggested
were the
singing.
only 2 things I did, so don't look at me like that.
You need help.
I know.
Are you going to Smurf?
Wife is telling me that every day. And my
Then
daughter
her
too.
and I are in agreement.
She got cocky.
Are you going to Smurf? Because we
Of
can find
course,
you a
dude.
therapist. There's pristine medical colleges, universities there. We can get you the help.
Yeah, they can
There's
try.
not enough help on this planet for any of us.
Ain't that the sad truth?
Hey,
Just
the
need a
voices
hug
in my
from you
head
and
tell me
that's it.
I don't need any help. I am perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
You're just jealous. You're just jealous because the voices in my head. No, the voices in your head talk to me more than you. That last one hurt. Okay.
Want another one?
No.
At least you're not doing shots of hot sauce or anything.
How about some more pilk to wash it down?
I thought you guys were my friends.
We are.
Sometimes.
It's why we're telling you
Not
in
today,
advance what-
Satan.
No.
Santa, sorry. Santa.
I'm
That's why we want
confused
to help
about
your
this pilk
charity so
business.
much.
I'm sorry.
I'm confused about this pilk business, right? Because
Mhm.
over here, there's a thing you can buy at the shops called pilk, and it's pickle milk.
No, I am not doing that. I specifically wrote Pepsi and milk. I know about the pickle one. No.
Pickle milk.
I
Is
think
it like
that's
pickle
worse.
juice and milk?
Actually, a thing.
I don't know what it is. It's called pilk. It's like a green and white bottle.
It is. It's
and it's got a
pickle
pickle on the
juice.
front.
Yep.
I don't know if
It's-
it's like they've found a way
Australians
to
are
milk pickles. I mean, how do you milk a pickle?
Well,
That's just
you-
wrong.
Dude,
Or
you
if
have
it's-
no
if
idea
it's
who you're
milk
talking
with
to.
pickle
No.
flavoring. Like, I'm not sure. Like, what is going on? I'm too scared to try it. Okay.
Okay,
you
I'm
guys
gonna Google
okay?
milking the pickle.
In Australia, are you okay?
Incognito.
Oh, don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Oh, freaking. Can you just like, Wex, can you go away? You're a bad influence on the chat.
What do you
Okay,
mean? He's a
you-
great influence.
I'm kind of
People are
No, he's
disappointed.
not. No. You
No
know,
one is milking those pickles. Damn
I'm
it.
just
no, because
good.
Nixie, no, he's going to come up with like a mini pickle with nipples on it so you can milk it. He's going to call it, what?
The parts where I tune back in sometimes with you, Shane, are like the worst timing.
I'd say that's good timing.
I could sculpt that because I've done the breast bread. I could do
Breast-
the.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one.
Did you not? I posted it to Twitter. It was up there.
All right, what the hell is this one? Okay, so sriracha, I think.
Oh, that's not so bad.
No,
That's
I
supposed to be bad.
Yeah. And no, because I'm with these ones, that's the one I'm taking. And I'm just like, I'm literally just like, whatever comes out of the bag comes out of the bag.
what happens if multiple come out? Do you eat them all?
No, it's one per dono.
Isn't sriracha like a Mexican band or something?
I thought that was a
Like, how do that-
cucaracha.
Oh, I wonder how that tastes.
Oh, I
Oh,
really
not
like
good.
sriracha. There
Those
is
mariachis.
a sriracha ketchup that they sell that I put over my eggs. Fantastic. Now I want an egg sandwich.
Shane, you okay, buddy?
No.
Sriracha
Oh,
should
that-
not be that bad.
Yes, sriracha's
No,
not
it
that
went-
bad.
That's
The
just nice
bean
and
went down.
garlicky.
The bean went down the wrong way.
Oh, well, yes.
That hurt.
Yeah, in your lungs is not advisable.
Game's so sensitive, dude. Frog changed you completely.
Are you gonna be here 24 hours?
Nope.
Exactly.
You're probably gonna kick me out in 20 minutes, so
I'm not gonna kick anyone out.
I'm just
Everyone's
enjoying.
anyone's being cool. They're behaving. I don't want to. I want to run in the kitchen. My kitchen's right there.
Mine's right there. My living room's back there.
Mine's
like,
behind me.
Like, technically, our downstairs is supposed to be like an open floor plan circle donut thing. It pretty much circles the stairs. And I ended up having to block off my office over here with bookshelves and baby gates. So she couldn't get to my printers.
That was one of the first things we ever printed with our first machine we got was a bracket for our baby gates. Because we broke one of them and we got the printer in like the day after we broke it and built
Yeah.
a new one and printed it.
See, we didn't even bother because at the point where she was breaking the cage, we're like, it's going to take more time and effort to actually fix this or replace it. So we sat there and we took ratchet straps, did that.
Let me know when my color comes back.
Oh, your color never left. It's just changed.
You just intensified.
Varying shades of red and pink.
At least
Something
he doesn't
happened
do
in
like the Rudolph effect where it starts at his nose and then goes out. I know a couple people like that.
No, Shane, if you want at Smurf, we can share one bag together for some good cause.
I'm working the event. Okay, I don't think my boss would be too happy with me.
I know, I was just bluffing.
How come you're not, doing the job you were sent to? I'm like, running around grabbing. Oh,
Grabbing some milk.
no, it's not. No, we don't know. I think the bean kind of like rolled back and like hit my lips, and now my lips are on fire. So that's good. Thanks.
Did you finish all of your pilk?
Oh, fuck you.
What
did you do?
Did you drink both of them?
Yes, I drank both of them. Dad?
Should we change that?
Hi, honey.
Hi. Who's that?
That is Mr. Wexter.
That is a bad person.
Who's that?
That is Miss Ephemera. Hold on. Let me. Okay, there you go.
She comes running through the house. Uncle John is here, and I'm looking out the window. And I'm like,
no, she's having fun seeing everybody on stream.
Who's that?
Oh, there's Uncle Shane again. Yeah, you've officially been upgraded to Uncle. Nobody wants to see your nasty feet.
All right, so
that's Miss Ephemera.
Ooh, and who's that?
That is Mr. Bugman.
Bugman?
Bugman.
Who's Bugman?
That one right there. That one's Fix 'em Dude. He's the one that makes the ornaments we really like.
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
Okay, so
And ooh, there's you.
Yes, there's me.
So for Moonsun Josh 3D, thank you very much for the $25. Troy, $20. Thank you very much. Test of Wiz. I know I already said it before, but you know what? For everyone who's donating now, thank you so much. Because I sat there and I was kind of iffy about the total for the donations. And I'm like, because we did for Australia, it was we ended up raising over 10,000 in the end of it. And this time I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I'll just have it and see what happens. And I'm totally surprised we hit this much in relatively short amount of time. And it is
so happy with this. Like, this has already exceeded some of my expectations. Like, I know this is an amazing community. I know you guys are all amazing people, but let's face it, times are tough for everybody. So the fact that we've gotten to this point just makes me extremely happy.
Okay.
I blame Shane.
Wait, why do I get blamed?
Because you started it.
I started what? I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm innocent. I'm see, look, there's a halo.
I
You just
don't
can't see
think
it.
innocent has been one of your titles since you were a child, and even then it was questionable.
Oh no, dude, my mom tried to get rid of me so many times. She was like, oh, your son is so nice. She's like, take him, please. You know, up until I was 18, and she's like, you're an adult, you can leave now.
There
I was like, love you too, Mom.
Really? She only suggested?
Dude, she tried. You know, I can't say some of the comments because, you know, family friendly, but believe me, she tried. All right, we are coming up. Actually, no, we still got 15 minutes for you guys because I can see the other guys jumping in for the next panel.
One last.
Who's
Is it all right if I do a screen share with a 3D model on turntable?
Sure. I don't see an issue. Shane?
You should be able to. Oh, thank God. I'm like, please don't tell me I have to hit buttons.
Oh, that looks awesome, dude.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Nice. Very nice.
Does it fly?
It needs to be printed first.
That's fair.
Oh no, we've been invaded by a crusty again.
And my
Red
Zoom
rum.
crash.
Red rum.
Is that when you take one of those red beans and put it in rum and let it dissolve?
No,
That
it's a
works
rum.
too.
Can you imagine doing like one of the little gummy bear shots and you stick that in like Fireball or something? And just let that soak in?
We had a bag of rummy bears a couple of Murphs ago.
Rummy bears.
Rummy bears. That sounds delicious.
They are. Take your bag of gummies and dump it into a Ziploc freezer-sized bag. Fill it with rum. Soak it overnight.
Is that the background from The Shining?
Yep.
Red rum.
Okay.
Red rum.
Dude, my thing just completely crashed, and I was like freaking out, so I missed everything, unfortunately.
We're talking about different ways to spike candy.
Ah.
Ooh, I see a profile picture in
Aw.
somebody's lap.
Yeah. She was sliding off my other table, and I don't want her to fall on the floor.
Makes sense.
No.
And there's a mini Wexter.
I already did that one.
Red rum. So,
Stephen
yeah,
Z,
we're coming
$10.
up at the
Thank you very
top of the
much.
hour. We're just shy of $1,600. I think you're going to need to move the goalpost there, Shane.
The kitty.
Oh.
His brain's not. His brain's
No,
on fire.
it's just-
Give him a couple minutes.
No, it's not on fire. I was about to sit there and say something. I'm like, nope, there's a child present. And
I know what you wanted to say.
It doesn't
Starts
take a
with
very active
B and
imagination
ends
to
with
figure that out.
Gussie.
And just for just so chat knows, Chaos was awesome enough. He donated 2 models, and I'm going to try to work on it to get it up as soon as possible, so you guys can check that out as well.
And the missing snap print 3D one of an awesome Stitch.
Yeah, please, because like I don't know, my brain just like no, my stomach talked to my brain and said, you know what, screw him, just shut down. So
which Stitch is which?
I'll get to it.
A modeler that I worked with, snap print 3D, he did a little Stitch model with hibiscus.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to get that one for myself.
Nice shirt, dude.
Yeah.
It's adorable
So-
that you're wearing our shoes, but can you please go put mommy's slipper and daddy's shoe back?
Wait, what? Can we see? 'Cause
No.
now I want to see. Yes.
To show you what I have to reveal the rest of my office. No.
Just pick her up. It's like, here you go.
Nope, the shoes just went flying down the stairs.
Damn. Ooh.
Stairs.
Okay.
Yay for
So
it.
let me see. So I'm going to
Living
take
room.
care of that and that. Crusty changes background again. Can you
Just gonna
just
keep
pick
you on your
to,
toes, Shane.
Can you just stick to 1, please? Is that possible?
I just
It's possible, but I don't. think he's
Probable.
going to. Yeah.
Whose question? Oh shit. Hold on. There was a question. There's too many buttons. Hold on.
Buttons.
No.
While you're doing that, somebody had asked, Mr. Bugman, is that a mummy behind you?
It is.
I can hear you. I'll make. Can you repeat that?
We took a mold from my eldest for Halloween. We wrapped him in cling film, then wrapped him in duct tape. And he's
Which-
still in- No.
Is he still in there?
Yeah.
It's a full life-size mold of him.
They are really committed to Halloween.
Damn.
Very nice.
Yeah, wrapped it in duct tape, put registration marks down the back, cut it off, did his up to his waist, then his torso, then his head, and then taped it all back together with a plastic pipe down the middle, and stuffed it full of bin bags, so like recycle or carry bags and things, and then wrapped it in bandages. And he goes outside our front door for Halloween. Yeah.
That's cool.
So the problem is when you're getting everybody used to seeing the mummy, but when you actually want to murder him and put his body in there, he'll be too big for it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Luckily, that's roughly as tall as he is, though, so it's not growing. But yeah, everyone
Okay.
gets used to that. The funny thing is, obviously, in between Halloweens, I wrap it in bin bags and put it up in the loft. And nearly every time I go in the loft, I know it's there, and I kind of look sad and I jump every time. Yeah, it's a fun one. People seem to like it when they come around. We get people actually posing outside our house taking photos of it. So yeah.
So, was a question in the chat a little bit ago about the funds being raised today, sent directly or percentage to the administration. I believe everything is going to.
Yeah, it depends upon exactly how someone pays. If you do like a credit card, 100% of it goes directly to the charity. I believe for PayPal takes a cut as well for the processing fee. But the money basically goes directly from whoever's donating, goes directly to the charity.
And it's
I
going to
believe-
Hawaii Community Foundation, so it's
Right.
going straight to the islands, not through Red Cross to get trickled out everywhere.
Correct.
I hope that answers your question, because I was looking into the percentages and everything. I think I have to triple check on it. Right now, it's just my brain's kind of a little scattered. I believe it was 5% or something. I will get the exact numbers, but I do remember the fee, like whatever fees that Tiltify takes out is actually less than what we were doing with Gumroad, because I think Gumroad was like 10 or 11%. It doesn't sound like much, but when you raise a good chunk of change, it's a lot. And I know Tiltify was less than that. I think I want to say 5 to 8%, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think it's just to make sure everything's maintained.
Yeah. And then plus we did look into Tiltify just to make sure, we did check out reviews and everything else just to make sure that there wasn't sort of any issues with that or anything else. We wanted to make sure that whoever we worked with, there wasn't any drama or issues or anything else. And Tiltify has a very good reputation. Really good reviews everywhere I looked. So hopefully that answers the question.
I posted a link in chat if anybody cares to go that talks about what the Hawaii Community Foundation is and how they're what they're doing with the funds.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what the funds would be doing, but it'd be helping build the community back up.
So with the Hawaiian Community Foundation, they are kind of like a they work with a lot of people. They get basically a good deal of funding. They get a lot of funding, and what they do is they know all the local charities around them, and they trickle down the funds to them. So they're kind of like a almost like a charity bank type of thing. There is in the description, there's a link to the Hawaiian Community Foundation's main site and the Maui Star Project, and also on Charity Navigator. It's a website that will research different charities and then grade them on their performance and their transparency and everything else. And they've had one of the highest, it's at 99%. And I don't think you can do anything better than that. I did just look up for Tiltify with their fees. Let's see, charities pay range depending on the plan of Tiltify. The average Tiltify makes from processing is currently less than 5%. So they take 5% for handling all the processing. If you're using PayPal, they have their own fees, and then everything else goes directly to in the bank account basically of the Hawaiian Community Foundation. Where before when we did it, we collected all the money, and then in Gumroad I had it automatically sent from the Gumroad account directly to the Australian charities bank account. So this way I love it because I don't have to worry about anything. It's all done automatically, and none of us see, we see the reports as far as what's coming in, how much we raised and everything else. But as far as the financial side of it, we don't see any side of that.
Yeah. And the Hawaii Community Foundation is a larger organization. The Maui Strong Fund is just one of the funds that they manage there on the islands. So they have other programs to help, you know, kids and other stuff within the islands, but Maui Strong is specifically where the funds from this stream are going.
So hopefully that answers everyone's thing.
Broke it 1,600.
Woo!
Woohoo!
That's
Nice.
happened
All right.
just as I was refreshing.
So
Break out the Monty.
we are coming up on the changeover from our 3D Designer and Sculptors panel, and now we're going to carry over to our makers making a living. For everyone who joined us, thank you so much for everything, for the work that you helped, that you donated with your models and everything else, for your time here. Thank you for torturing me psychologically and physically. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for
Okay,
encouraging
Sando.
people to donate money. And like what we do in the 1440, we can't do it without you guys' help. Okay. Because it's either, if you guys weren't here, I'd be sitting here for 2 hours going, so let's talk about Godzilla and what mech would kick Godzilla's butt. That
Oh,
would
we
be for
didn't
2
even
hours.
talk about Godzilla, dude.
I know.
Have you
I
seen
know,
Monarch?
because you guys were so entertaining and interesting, and I learned a lot about resin printing and the differences between resin from say 5 years ago to what it is now. And what you guys do is absolutely amazing. I know some of you will be back later on. I know others have other things to do, but again, thank you so much for everyone for joining us. If you guys want to sit there, I'm going to bring in the next group. If you guys want to like quickly say hi. The fuck is that?
I love this.
What was that? Something just, I'm not even going to touch it.
Did
Never
my
mind.
alarm just go off over there in Prague? Because my watch just started
First
going off at
time
the
it's
same
not
time.
family friendly, so
Mine
I
went off
didn't
too,
even
and it's
say
like
fuck.
it shouldn't have gone off.
Oh.
Sorry. I
Hey,
thought it was like,
Google, order shrimp for Shane.
hey Google, teach Krusty that I have headphones on and you can't hear him. Hold on. Prevent pain and infection when wearing earbuds from Sound Guy. Would you like to learn more? All right, let's bring in these guys so we can do a swap over. Okay. So we're gonna bring in Grant, aka 3D Musketeer, Mr. David Randolph, Mr. Chris Polinsky, the wonderful, amazing Ellie Rose,